Hello and welcome back to another video on the Wrestle Debate and to another edition of Smackdown Out of 10. And yeah, Smackdown, we're kind of just a few weeks away from the Rumble now, of course, just building stuff up. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins feud's really starting to grow now more and more. So yeah, there's lots going on, and let's get straight into it. With the Usos kicking off Smackdown, they were on the 180th day of their reign. We learned that King Woods had suffered a torn calf muscle last week and could be out of action for a long time, which is a real shame because he was starting to gain some momentum. The Usos congratulated New Day on a great match before we headed to a fatal four-way match to determine their next opponents between Los Cesarios, Cesaro and Mansoor, Jinder Mahal and Shanky, and the Viking Raiders. The Usos hit Eric and Mansoor with super kicks as the match began. Mansoor and Humberto were in the ring early on, and Former got a big move. Mahal then was tagged in and continued and took control before Ivar came in and cut the apron. Mahal and Cesaro tried for a suplex on the Viking Raiders before Eric got back in control. Cesaro was back in and in the heart of it all, hitting a Samoan drop to taunt the Usos. Cesaro tried to swing the Ivar, but it was too big. Ivar then hit a double super kick, and the Viking Raiders teamed up and hit their finisher on Humberto to pick up the win. Yeah, I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. Really fun match. To kick off, the Usos v Viking Raiders will be a solid match as well. So yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Yeah, to be honest, my only major gripe isn't Cesaro slightly better than this, but whatever. Naomi and Sonya Deville then had a run in backstage, and the former asked Deville why she hates her. The WWE official says she just couldn't waltz in backstage with her main character vibes when she was just next to her. Deville then threatened to remove her from the Rumble if she touched her. Before Sami Zayn was out on SmackDown, and was after running the footage of Johnny Knoxville attacking him last week, he said he could do anything but not vice versa. Sami kicked off the first ever preview of Zayn and had two guys pushing each other in a shopping trolley. Zayn hesitated a lot and had them stop the last second before bailing out of the car and heading to the ring. Sami was throwing a fit when Nakamura came out of nowhere to hit a kick on him. Boog showed up as well and tossed him into the mat, and taking Zayn out for good. Yeah, decent little stuff. Continues the conspiracy theories against Zayn, and yeah, on the whole, it's a really fun segment, so yeah, I enjoyed it. She was backstage and headed for her singles debut against Natty. Natty came in carrying the world record book, where she held 3 records this year and planned to secure the first victory ever tonight, and she began unloading on Ali before she was kicked into the corner. She then chose to continue the match, but the ref closed to call it off first and then restarted it. Once the bell rang on SmackDown, Leo rolled out on Tony and picked up the win in 3.1 seconds, picking up the record of 3.8 seconds. Good little storytelling this, but yeah, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. To be honest, I wasn't really feeling it. It was just kind of meaningless. Before Lisa was back and said that she had achieved nearly everything in WWE, but she never won a Royal Rumble because there was no Women's Rumble during her time. Lisa said she was back for one more run and planned to win the Royal Rumble before Charlotte interrupted her. Charlotte made fun of her and said she was going to eliminate Lisa and humiliate her on her big comeback. Lisa fired back and said that Charlotte had a giant head before Flair bragged about retiring Trish Stratus. Flair said that she was going to do the same to Lisa before the Hall of Famer slapped her and hit a twist of fate before walking out. Yeah, good stuff this. I wonder if this marks more of a full-time return. I really hope so, but we shall see. But yeah, it was a decent enough segment between two legends of the women's division, really, before Sheamus was backstage and said that he was going to take out revenge on Ricochet for breaking Ridge Holland's nose, and Ricochet got an early headlock in, but Sheamus took him down to the mat. The Celtic Warrior then was sent outside before Ricochet hit a big dive. Sheamus then dropped Ricochet on the apron before sending him into the steel frame of the ring. Back after a break, the former US champion got a near fall before taking an Irish Curse backbreaker. Sheamus got 10 beats of the battering on Ricochet before trying of the white noise. Ricochet reversed the sunset flip half on before taking him down with a broke kick, letting Sheamus pick up the win. Yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Decent enough match. Kind of always knew this was going to go the way it did, but yeah, it's fine. Adam and Sonya were backstage, and this was heating up too high in their office, so Sonya had to take her boss jacket off. Naomi came in and got in her face before Pierce defused the situation. Pierce granted a rematch for Naomi against Charlotte. Before we then got a recap of all the Shield saga throughout SmackDown, before Kofi Kingston was announced due to Wins' injury that he would miss the Royal Rumble. According to the King, Kofi would take his place. Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss then interrupted him and said they were going to eliminate Kofi at the Rumble, before bragging about injuring Drew's neck. Moss joked that New Day and Kofi did the world's fakest laugh before they headed for their match. Moss lifted Kofi early on, but Kingston sent him outside of the ring and hit a dive on both Corbin and Moss as we headed for a break. Back after a break, Moss was in control and unloaded on Kofi on the corner. Kofi came back with a boom drop, but Moss caught the crossbody off the ropes and reversed it. Moss blocked the SOS and hit the punch sign for the surprise win. Didn't see this coming, but yeah, I'll give it 6 out of 10. Really good win for Moss. Should elevate him. So yeah, it's good stuff. Kind of feel for Kofi though. I hope he doesn't get lost in the shuffle. Seth Rollins was out next on SmackDown, followed by the Universal Champion for 502 days now, Roman Reigns. Roman made Omaha acknowledge him before Rollins wanted a fist bump for their old-time sake. Reigns said it was beneath him. Now, before Rollins brought up their history, Rollins said he was a gold mode these days and called himself the greatest of his generation. Rollins asked if he could truly claim that for if he'd been doing this for so long. Rollins said he created Reigns and he could destroy him as well. Reigns called him a clown and said that Becky was a megastar and Rollins wasn't. The Usos tried to attack Rollins from behind, but he was outsmarted as SmackDown went off the air. Just, yeah, kind of a quick promo segment just to get you involved before the Rumble match. But yeah, plenty of stuff still to happen, I imagine. So yeah, but overall this week, SmackDown gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Yeah, this kind of felt like an unnecessary SmackDown, or just a meaningless SmackDown on the road to the Royal Rumble, really. Not too much went on, but you know, it wasn't a dreadful show or anything like that. But yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Could have been better. But anyway guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. So like, share, subscribe, make your thoughts, comments down below. Follow us in the description below for daily wrestling news and subscribe to the channel on the screen, man. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.